So this is Classic Mix Radio here in Indianapolis. My name's Brian. Hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend, having a fantastic Friday night. I told you guys earlier that we had another guest on our show tonight, and that's what we're going to do now is we're going to talk to her. She's the author of a book. It's called Goodbye Feels Different. It's a book that's kind of written for children to help them understand the many emotions and change and grief and all that stuff. It's kind of a topic that kids experience before anybody really has a chance to explain to them what grief is. And every child experiences it differently. And I think she's going to tell us a little bit about that tonight. So before we get started, let's welcome Jasmine Hutchinson to Classic Mix Radio. Jasmine, good evening and happy Friday night.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you could spend some time with us tonight. So I want to delve right into this. So for our listeners that are just discovering who you are, what does your book, Goodbye Feels Different, what's that really all about?
So I really wanted to shine light on the fact that kids experience grief long before they're able to even say it. So even, young babies experience grief. And I don't know about everyone else, but I didn't know what grief was until I was an adult, like the actual, meaning behind it. And I also felt like it was always associated towards death. And so I just wanted to give kids a resource so that they could, kind of understand that grief is just loss in all forms. It's not just about death, and that you experience it early on.
So basically that kind of answers my next question. Who's your book geared towards? I guess it's like kids, right? I mean, age group wise, what would you say?
Yeah, I'm doing grade school for right now, but honestly, the feedback that I've gotten from adults has been outstanding. I've gotten a lot of feedback saying that adults feel like it really has, kind of made them feel things or brought back memories of days that they have experienced, or just have, kind of just brought back some feelings that they didn't realize that they were exposed to when they were so young. So it is targeted for kids, but adults have also benefited from it also.
Right. So what basically inspired you to write this particular book?
So I actually lost my mother on my 21st birthday. And so in the years that followed, I kind of stepped into the role. Well, I am the eldest daughter, but it kind of elevated after my mom passed. And so I helped raise my younger siblings. And so during that time, I just kind of watched them carry grief in ways that they did not have the words for, and I didn't have the right words for either. So, obviously it's been about 10, 11 years or so. And so it just, something really sparked in me that I just wanted to shine light on this. And I thought, what better way than to write a children's book?
Right. So as they're reading your book or after they finish reading it, what do you really want the readers to take away from it?
I really hope that they feel seen. And then I really hope that they just feel less alone. Grief can be a very lonely place because it's not just one emotion. It's not just two emotions. It's actually a bucket full of all of these emotions. You don't always know how to sort them. You don't always know how to communicate them, whether you're a child or an adult. And so I hope by the end of the book, they at least feel nourished, or that they have a bit more clarity in what they're going through.
I understand. So while you were writing this book, did it kind of change any of your perspectives or anything on that, on grief or healing or anything like, in that realm?
Yeah. So I haven't always been a consistent writer, but it really did provide a bit of healing that I didn't realize needed to be healed. And so watching things come full circle, receiving so much love and support from family and friends has really, healed parts of me that I didn't know were still wounded. It also brought up a lot of different emotions, but writing in general is just an outlet that everyone should just utilize to release some of the emotions that we carry from day to day.
So while you were writing this book, was there any parts of the book as you were writing it that were really hard to write because they were like too painful or personal to you?
Yeah, so every page was really intentional. I was actually, no one knows this, so I haven't even gotten to speak about this yet, but I put little bits and pieces of my life into certain pages. So for example, there's a page about pet loss. And so shortly after my mom died, I lost her dog. And so his name was Romeo. So on the kids page for pet loss, I put the little R on his pet bowl and that sort of thing. So like there's a page for him in there. It's little details like that no one would really know. But overall, it was just tender to talk about. It's not something that, is super jolly and easy, but it definitely felt good, I would say.
So do you believe that grief permanently changes a person's identity?
Definitely. Grief is not just something that you get over, and it's not really something that you outgrow. I definitely think it reshapes how you see the world, how you love people, how you show up. I also feel like I would not be who I am without my mother, but I also wouldn't be who I am without losing her either. And that's took me a while to realize, but grief definitely changes just how you live your life in general.
So if you guys just joined us, we're talking to Jasmine Hutchinson. She's a author. She wrote the book called Goodbye Feels Different. We're talking a little bit about the book and what it's all about. So as we go on here, so do you think goodbyes maybe affect people in different ways?
Absolutely, because we all love differently. We attach differently. We all carry different histories that shape how loss lands on us. A goodbye that feels so small to one person can absolutely be devastating to another, and neither experience is wrong necessarily. So that is actually what this book is really about.
So I think we talked a little bit about before the show that the book came out in, what was it, April?
Yes.
So what kind of responses have you got from people that are reading or have read it?
I've gotten a lot of support, and I've gotten a lot of, I wish this was around when I was younger, Obviously, there are a lot of grief books for children, but like I said, typically they highlight death or, loss in the form of death.
Right.
And also I've heard a lot of adults just share their memories with me, share, what they experienced, like their first when they were 7, they moved away, or, their parents got divorced, or they outgrew something that they thought that they would have forever. All of these things that kids go through on a daily basis literally are just not highlighted, and they are very impactful for the rest of our lives.
So do you feel that the healing process is about moving on, or just a way to learn to carry pain a little bit differently than you did before?
I think to carry it differently, it's more so to just change the way you look at it. Moving on implies you're leaving it behind. And I don't believe that grief works that way. You don't just move on from people that you love. You learn to carry them with you in a new way. So joy becomes your umbrella during the rain. You find rituals and reasons and rhythms that make the weight of a little more bearable. Healing is not like a destination. It's more so like an evolution.
All right. So have you written any other books, or do you plan on writing any more in the future?
I have gotten that question a lot, and I'm not sure, but just based off how this one is going, it almost seems like I should. This is my only book, though.
So what's one thing you would say that your readers or even our listeners here tonight may not know about you, behind the scenes?
Well, I am a florist, and I work with flowers, and I find a lot of peace with flowers. There's something just about being surrounded by living, growing things that really, connects directly to everything this book is about: hope, growth, beauty, and after difficulty. I live a very intentional life, and so a lot of things connect for me, or at least they have to in my brain. So my love for flowers is connected to everything that I stand for.
So I always, when I've got some guest on my show, I always try to do these surefire questions. They're really short because I just want to kind of see what your thought is. So how would you answer these? Coffee or tea when you're writing a book?
Matcha, which is technically, I guess it's tea, but matcha is its own category some days.
All right. So hardcover, paperback, or an audiobook?
Hardcover always, just because I love a good keepsake.
So what would you say is one emotion that you had while you were writing this book?
Purpose, because I felt deeply purposeful.
So that kind of leads me to my next one. So I was going to ask you one word that describes your book. So would that be it?
maybe I'll say necessary.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So I got one more here for you. So a part of the book
Sure.
that you hope readers will always remember.
Because even when things change, hope can still grow. That is the line of the whole book in one breath.
Okay, so we got a couple minutes left. I got a couple more questions I want to throw your way. If there's somebody out there who's struggling with their own goodbye, what would you tell them right now if you had the chance?
I will say it doesn't get easier. You just hold on to memories. And when you find your joy and find your why, so it's not this happened to you, but it's this happened to you and what are you going to do with it? Find your umbrella, find the small rituals that fill the void, and just remember that it's an evolution. So year to year, it's gonna look different. Another big thing I'll say is let confusion linger. I think when we lose people, places, and things, we always want all the questions answered immediately.
Right.
And one thing that's helped me is to just, everything does not need to be understood right away. Let questions go unanswered.
So are you on social media? How can people, keep track of you, or where can they find your book? Anything like that?
Yes. So my Instagram is Forever J Marie, and the book is available pretty much where all major retailers books are sold. Amazon, it's hardcover, ebook, paperback. I'm even on Kindle and Apple Books.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so we are expanding day by day. So just stay tuned.
Awesome. So, hey, Jasmine, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to talk to us about your book. Again, the name of the book she wrote or authored is Goodbye Feels Different. But before I let you go, anything new on the horizon for you that you could share?
I'm not sure, but you never know because I am always reaching something.
Understand. Well, hey, again, appreciate you hanging out with us tonight on the Friday Night Show. And hey, I hope you have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
I appreciate you taking the time out of your Friday night to do this. So, all right, we're going to get back to some more music here on Classic Mix Radio. So, how about we go back to the year of 1972? There was this group that they only had one number one hit on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. And this next song we're going to play is that one song. It was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame back in 2006. And it's a song that basically wants people all around the world to join hands and build lasting peace. A bit of a trivia for you. It only took them 5 minutes to write the lyrics for this song. Any idea what we're talking about? All right, well, let's go back to 1972. Here's a group called the OJs, and the song is called Love Train. It's here next on Classic Mix Radio.